Hey, what's up? Why does it say it's Tuesday? It's really Monday. Have I been saying it's Tuesday all day? Wait. Oh, I get it. I get it now. Okay. I don't know. That was wild. Anyway, and I'm leaving that in there. I'm not taking nothing out. The agenda is right here. Here, I'll move myself up out the way. So go ahead and get that together. Again, the agenda is right there. We are moving forward. Blat out. How was your weekend? Hopefully you had a good weekend. My weekend was not that whatever, but I will say the Cowboys, they won again. So there's that. Oh, and all your quizzes are graded. Please don't ask me about them. We will talk about your quizzes tomorrow. Sorry, I got my cards. Okay, so we'll talk about them tomorrow. Okay, cool. Moving forward. Let's go with this. So if you could turn to page number 23 in your scientific notebook there, again, page 23. What I want you to do is take a minute and read this prompt. This is the prompt on page number 23. The page number 23, this is the prompt, right? So just read it from your page and then see if you can derive the question from it. Can you derive the question from it? So pause that, read it, and then let's get back together in just a second. All right, let's see if we can make this happen. All right, so students do have difficulty with this, and even for adults, this can prove to be difficult. So let's just take it step by step, and remember this. Hopefully, you tried. That's important that you just try. And if you're like, hey, I can't derive a question. Okay, well, what do I know? And teaching this already today, most students were able to come up with this. There's two interacting objects, okay? And they are colliding with one another. I'm like, all right, that's cool. That's good. That's some stuff we know. We know there's also that in that collision, they exert an equal and opposite force on each other, right? So those are all the things we know. So if we have two objects, right? Two objects. Let me see if I can do this right. So I got two objects, right? And they collide and exert an equal and opposite force on each other right here during that collision. But and they have two different masses, right? That's the other thing, like people like put up in there. They said, okay, well, they also have, I can't see where my pen's at. Oh, there it goes. They have different masses. All right, that's also cool. So we got two objects colliding. And they have different masses. So what is the last thing that is in there that they're really talking about? Well, the last thing in here, right, is the fact that, where am I even? Oh my goodness. So the last thing in here that they're talking about, right, is that will there movement. So the last thing they're talking about is something about movement of each of them being different. So we have two objects, two interacting objects, different masses. They exert equal and opposite forces on each other, but will their movement of each object, can it be different? Not that it will be, but this fact that can. So that is really what the heart of what they're saying. So let's see if we can write this all together. I know I'm going to write this where the claim is at, but it's just because of the way my paper is, okay? So here it is. If, how many objects do we have? Two. If two objects, and I'm going to combine all these things into ones that have, if two objects with, and I'm just going to abbreviate, different masses collide, will there, so again, we've gotten it in there. Two interacting objects, the collision, the fact that they have different masses, we've got all that in there, right? We have to know that they're going to exert equal and opposite force. If you want to write that in there, you can. But if two objects with different masses collide, will their, what's the last thing? Their movement. Will their movement be, and what is this word they got here? Different. So you guys have a little bit more room in between your claim and the prompt. So I definitely would write that in right there. So that is the question. Now you can write a claim that says, if objects collide that have different masses, their movements will be different. Or if objects collide that have different masses, their movements will be the same. So you will write something like that. Now, just as an extra for y'all, let's just look at something real quick. Let's see. So I'm gonna try that again. Interesting. Okay. Maybe that might help you. Maybe it might not. Okay, cool. So we're going to go and close that. And then I'm going to close this. And then we're going to move forward. Okay, so this is what you'll do at the end. So if you're able to finish this other assignment, then that is what you will do at the very end. Okay, so we're going to move into the assignment that we have for today to make sure you have everything you need to be able to turn it in. Okay. So this, unfortunately, I don't think I have it saved from last week. But, of course, we did this question, the claim. We went through these evidences. We went through the reasoning for the alien dad, right? So for the alien dad. So that is where you should be at in your journal. Then what we're going to do here is this is the assignment for the alien dad. Now, all of the CERs from this point going forward, unless I change something, will be turning relatively exactly the same way. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this whole assignment inside of Canvas, okay? So it's in the modules. You'll just click CER, her dad, the alien, okay? So you'll click that open, and then make sure to read the instructions. This is massively important. People were asking me, how do I get the document? And like literally the first instruction is click here to make a copy of the CER. So I'm like, come on, you guys. Like we gotta make sure we read. Make sure we read. Okay, cool. So we're just gonna click right there. And then we're gonna have this open right here, right? And we're gonna have this open. And so here's the document. But the first thing I need to do is make a comment. And you can see some people are actually on here right now on this document. So we're gonna make a copy. And then right here where it says first and last name, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and put my first and last name, so Mr. Farr. All right, for show. And then since we have a science folder, we're gonna click the folder. We're gonna make sure to put it in our actual science folder. So we'll get that out there. Mr. Farr, 7th period. Okay, so we'll say select. All right, so we're good. We're gonna make our copy. Now it should have our first and last name at the beginning, just like you see right here, and then it should be saved into where it's at. So remember this, and I know we kind of shifted gears here. So just remember this: her dad, the alien, her dad, the alien, right? Remember what our question was. The question was, is her dad an alien? Then the claim is, right? I don't know. Depends on what your claim is. Remember, I claimed that her dad was an alien. Then you'll go ahead and list out your evidence here just in bullet points. Not a big deal. Again, just list it in bullet points just like you did on your assignment. And remember, like, I think I have them listed as bullet points right there. Right there. So list it, again, you only need 3, but list them as bullet points. All right? Cool. Then this should be where your reasoning paragraph goes. And I'm going to reiterate, reasoning paragraph, not this. So when we went through this and we did this part, remember when we did this part right here? Oops, I don't know where I went. Anyway, remember when we did this part right here, we broke it up into 3 separate sentences. These 3 separate sentences are not the paragraph. So remember, the paragraph has to contain the question, the claim, the 3 reasoning sentences, and it also needs to include an outro or closing, right? So just remember that, okay? I'm gonna pause. I think that'll help the camera to come back. Peace. Okay, no, I still don't see the camera. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Like I don't mind. If you guys can't see me, it's okay. So then what you'll need to do is right here where it says rough draft, take a picture. So you'll click right there, and then what you're gonna do is say insert, and then you're going to say image. And they're going to say camera, okay? And then you'll be able to take a picture. Oh, I can't use the camera because I'm using the camera. That's That's funny. Anyway, so that's where you would insert, and you'll just take a picture, and then it'll literally insert it right here. I'm sorry I can't actually show you that because I'm using the camera. Yeah, let me see if I can fix that. Hold on. I am sorry about that part, but yeah, again, like I said, I'm not able to get that to work like that. But again, you'll just say insert image and then camera, and then my camera would be working normally, but my camera's used by another application. And then you would just take the picture, boom, hold up your document, take the picture just like normal, and then be able to insert it right here. So again, this is where your rough draft goes. And again, your rough draft should just be the written portion that looks like this from your journal. You don't have to do anything more than that. You don't have to put your rough draft paragraph in there, okay? Then here, you're going to grade your assignment. So you're going to go through this rubric and use it to grade. So if your claim answers the questions, then you would just highlight this and then highlight it yellow. Now, let's just say down here where we're at scientific, and let's just say like for the evidence, oh, we have 3 pieces of evidence. So I'm going to go ahead and go highlight that part, and then right here where it says highlighter, I'm going to say none. Then that takes it off because that makes it to none. Then I'm going to highlight this portion, and then again I'm going to click the highlight the color, and I'm going to make it yellow. And so now I've changed that score, okay? So you're going to go ahead and score all of these, and then right here for the reasoning, does it have the 3 pieces of evidence? Does it have academic vocabulary? Is your claim in there? Is your question in there? So are all those things in there? And is it in a paragraph form, right? Does it all make sense? So does it include all these things? Then you would highlight that for an 8. For the rough draft, is your rough draft included? Do you have all parts? Do you have the claim, evidence, and reasoning portion of it done? If you do, then that's a 5. Here's a question. Is the question clearly written? Yes. Does the question answer the prompt? Like, is the question from the prompt? Then you can again highlight whichever one you think it is, and then you're going to score yourself out of 30. So if you score yourself like a 16 out of 30, then you should totally be going back. And the cool thing about the rubric is then the rubric will show you like, oh, I don't have all my pieces of evidence in my reasoning. I need to go back and rewrite my reasoning paragraph so it has all my evidence in there. And then that way I could change it over. So if you use the rubric to grade, you should know exactly what grade you're going to get. The last 5 points of this assignment, right, are going to be this. Did you fill out your rubric and grade it yourself? That's 2.5 points. And then the other 2.5 points is how close are you to my grade. If you're close to my grade, you can get the whole 5 points. If you're way off, right, then we'll talk about that. But then also you will not be able to get all 2.5 or the 2.5 points. That is actually everything for today. So this assignment again is due today. Okay, not today. I mean tomorrow. This assignment is due tomorrow. We won't have a crazy amount of time to work in this class. To work in this class tomorrow. So make sure you get this assignment done ASAP. And for a lot of you guys have already written the. You guys have already done the question, the claim, the evidence, and you've done the reasoning sentences. And a lot of you guys have also written the reasoning paragraph. So then that means just type everything in there. Once you have finished that, then move on to page 23. So again, move on to page number 23 and get that done. All right, y'all, I'm outro. Peace.